Well, as some of you guys can see, Shannon's about to pop, which means we need to get our cars ready for this. So in this video, we are going to be installing seat belts, seatbelt reinforcement plates, and a baby seat in the Comet and the 47, because we don't have a modern car with seat belts.
No.
This is Shannon's car.
Yeah.
The 47 is my car. That's it. So the baby's coming home in one of those two vehicles. The truck was easy, brown sugar. It already had seat belts from the factory, so there was nothing to do on that except for strap the baby seat in. So we're gonna pull the back seat out, lift the car up, drill some holes, and install some baby restraining devices, because apparently they need to be tied in.
Yeah.
So the interior in this car is kind of in shambles. And what I mean by that is we started redoing the interior in this car. Actually, we started by doing rust repair on the bottom corners of all the doors. We're starting to just get a little bubbles in them. So we pulled the doors off, cut the bad metal out, welded new metal in, painted the doors, put them back on. The reason we only did one side is we were only doing one door at a time because this is Shannon's only car. So we'd have one weekend to pull the door off, do the rust repair, do the body work, paint the door, and then put it back on so that she could drive the car to work on Monday. At the same time, she also redid the door panels. All the door panels are redone for this car. She put all new wind lacing and weather stripping on the two painted doors. Started the bench seat. The bottom is done. The back just needs to be sewn up and installed. We've got brand new carpet for it. The back seat we haven't got to yet, but that's when the 6-cylinder started letting the magic smoke out. So the whole interior project kind of got put on hold while we did the V8 swap, followed by the 8-inch rear end swap. So now we're kind of going to focus on the interior again, but in the same time, we got to get the baby seat part taken care of first, because that's important, because at any day now, we're going to have to make a trip to the hospital. So we'll pull the back seat out. That isn't even in. It's literally just been sitting here. And wow, there is a lot of dog hair back here and sand. Doris likes to go swimming at the beach almost every day. So we'll clean all that up. And I'd kind of like to, before we put the back seat back in, maybe put the carpet in, but we'll see how long this is going to take, because we got to do the 47 as well. So maybe after the 47 is done, then we'll see if we can get the carpet in this today. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. While Shannon was vacuuming the car out, I went and got her carpet kit and laid it out in the sun, because you know what? I think we're gonna have time to do the Comet, the 47, and put this carpet in. This is a ACC carpet kit, and despite having a full upholstery mezzanine on the second floor of the shop, this kit, it was actually cheaper to buy this kit for the car than it was for us to buy the material and make the carpet kit ourselves. So we took the easy way out. It's been sitting in that box upstairs in our attic for 2 years, I think. It's finally going in. So with the back all cleaned out, we can move on to this. These are just like aftermarket aircraft style seat belts. Do you think it'll balance there?
Yeah.
All our plan is to find a nice spot in the middle, somewhere in here, and we're gonna drill some holes so that we can bolt this in. On the back side, I've cut these out. I'm putting putting seat belts in Andrew's 56 Chevy pickup right now. So I already had this pattern all cut, or all designed. I just had to cut some extra ones out. But these are 1/4 inch plates, 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch square. And these are gonna go on the underside of the floor with the nut and bolt going through it. And the reason for this is if you get into a collision or something and the seat belt pulls, it's gonna stop the bolt from just pulling through the sheet metal floor. So these are, like if you were to build a drag car or like something that NHRA specs or a sports car to SCCA specs and putting a harness in, these are the specs that you would need. So if it's good enough for a race car, it's good enough for our baby. Before drilling our holes, I've just come underneath to kind of scope the area out. We've got a brake line here that we got to make a note of. It's not actually touching those, so it might be okay. We got a fuel line here. The other side there's nothing in the way on the other side, so we don't have to worry about drilling anything through there. While I'm under here, I also noticed that the rear end that we put in, our axle seals seem to be fine, and our pinion seems to be fine. There's no leaks or anything like that, so that's a good sign. On the inside, I'm thinking we'll probably drill our hole somewhere about here on each side. That's kind of, you know, if you were to split the back seat into thirds, that's, you know, 1/3, 2/3. And like I said, on the underside, we've got nothing on this side. This side, we do have a fuel line and a brake line to keep mind of, but I think if we start with a little pilot hole, we can make sure that we don't drill through them. You want to grab me a tape measure, please? Yeah. Our holes are drilled. That went really smooth. Man, this $9 triple step bit kit that I got at Princess Auto, thing rules. For hardware, I've got some grade 8 1/2-inch bolts, some big washers, and then some grade 8 nylock nuts. You don't want to tighten these right down. You want them to be able to still have a little bit of wiggle room for 2 reasons. One, it allows this to sit in a spot where it's comfortable and natural, but also it gives your seat belts just a little bit of give in the event of a collision, so that it's not like super tight, almost like a little bit of cushion. Shannon just finished painting the little floor plates for the bottom. So once those are dry, we can mock this thing up. We might have to extend or shorten the seat belt length just so that the buckle doesn't end up in the middle of our car seat base. Shannon's gonna run the gun inside. We've got these sitting where they need to be, and I'm gonna go underneath and put the plates on. Okay. Oh, you're going the wrong direction.
Of course I am. All right, are you ready?
No, I gotta put the nut back on. You unthreaded it when you went the wrong way. Okay. Okay. A little more. More. A lot more. Okay, a little more.
It's really tight on this side. It won't move.
Oh, it's loose on this side still. That's probably fine then. Okay, let me grab the other side here. Okay, push the bolt through. We're gonna test fit this now. We might have to shorten the buckles depending on where they land on the baby seat base.
So technically we should be doing this on level ground, but the car is jacked up right now. So this is just a trial.
for us. And what we need and what we had issues with in a truck was that the buckle was sitting too high up, not letting the seat plop in as far as it could. But I think this will be okay.
Yeah, the buckle's way lower.
Just tighten it as much as possible. You might have to shorten it slightly, but we still have to clip this down. And
Do your 1-inch wiggle test.
yeah, so to test it, you use your non-dominant hand and you go at belt level, and you don't want the seat to wiggle more than 1 inch. This seat isn't wiggling at all.
It doesn't move at all.
No, it's solid as a rock. Well, that's not how you're supposed to test it, but it should be okay.
Yeah, okay, put the
See if the seat fits.
seat part in.
This is our simulated baby.
I hope our real baby has ears just as long as that.
Yeah.
Is it in?
Yeah, it's in. It actually fits better than in the truck.
Yeah, and the seat's moved all the way back in the car right now.
Yes, because otherwise I can't drive it. My belly smushes into the steering wheel.
Cool.
Awesome.
Is that a pass then? This passes?
I think so. We just have to put it on level ground and adjust the height.
Okay. Well, we
The
can take
base.
it off the jack stands now. And then if it passes on level ground, we can bring the 47 in and do it next.
Nice.
All right, the 47, another car with a half-finished interior. Actually, all that's left on this one is just the rear seat, the seat. This isn't even my seat. This is my friend Ross's seat, who I bought the car from, and he lent it to me 2 years ago, and he's been really patient about it and hasn't asked for it back yet. The original seat for this car is upstairs in the upholstery room, and it's just springs, and one day I'm going to upholster it. But in the meantime, this is the seat we have. We've got the blanket on it, so that it doesn't get messed up for Ross, because this seat does have really nice upholstery on it. So we're going to pull the blanket off, pull the cushion out, and basically do the same thing that we did on Shannon's car.
Does the seat come out the same way?
Yes, it does. So we'll pull this out. I'll pass this to you. And then, you know, we probably don't even have to take the cushion all the way out, because I don't know if it'll come out without taking the front seat out.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
we can
just put your hands through the hole.
Probably just scooch it forward a bit. It's considerably cleaner under here than Shannon's car. Just saying. All right, where are we going to drill our holes? Maybe like there and there? We'll jack the car up, go underneath, and have a look and see what's there. I don't think anything's there, but I'd rather find out than just drill into, you know, flux capacitor hose or something. All right, there's nothing, absolutely nothing there. We could drill away and be fine. So we're gonna do that. Oh man, look at that. Ugh. All right, so probably, I don't know, we'll follow these guys here and go there and there. That's about the same. All right, put our step bit on. These things are the best. How's that? Oh, one size bigger. Oh yeah. And one one size bigger. All right, Shannon, you're on inside and I'll go underneath again.
Awesome.
Where did I put that drill bit? There it is. One plate on, a washer, and a nut. Oh, where did I put my wrench? There it is. These plates fit really nice in here. Okay, I'm ready.
How's that?
I think that should be okay. All right, let's slide the cushion back in.
Oh, spear grass.
Okay, I don't feel like that clipped in. Oh, maybe. All right, where's your base?
I'll go get it.
All right, hopefully this works out the same as the Comet, and we don't have to shorten these at all. So far, it's looking good. Tuck that through and I can grab it. Oh yeah.
All right. We still got to be able to push this down.
Okay.
There we go. Click.
That passes the 1-inch wiggle test. That's like a 1/4 inch wiggle. Cool. Let's put it on the ground and see if we're level.
Hey, it's perfect. It's level.
Nice. So this one's done.
Done.
One thing I want to note or point out, this base that we have, we've got one in the truck and one in the 47. The one that's in the 47 right now is the one that was in the Comet. So we have 3 cars, but 2 bases. Also notice, I have a new shirt on. This is Shannon's Comet shirt. You've heard of Haley's Comet. Well, here's Shannon's Comet. So these are on the website now. And if you buy a shirt, we're going to use that money to hopefully buy a 3rd base so that we don't have to keep swapping bases no matter what vehicle we have. And also buy stuff like baby diapers and that kind of thing. You know, baby supplies. So go check that out on the website. It'd be super appreciated.
Definitely would. Anything helps.
So it's only 11:30. We still have like half a day left. So let's put Shannon's carpet in. All right, step 1 for putting carpet in. Take the seat out. Just 4 studs on the bottom and then carry it out. Should probably undo the battery too. I just noticed the interior light's on. The rest I think is hitting. There we go. We can go right next to the 32 frame. One of the first things we're gonna do is take our carpet kit and just lay it out in here and see how it fits. It's been so long since this car's had carpet, I'm not entirely familiar with how it fits. So this way we can kind of refresh our memory and see if there's any modifications we need to do. One thing I am a bit concerned about is a couple years ago, Shannon and I raised this drive shaft tunnel like 2 inches. So that might affect the way this lays out, and we might have to take some more of this underlay. I've got a roll of it upstairs and kind of build this up a little bit just to take up that slack or extra space that we're going to have. But we'll We'll mock it up first and see how it fits. Our front area has they call this the smile, and that is a relief cut for the transmission tunnel. So I think with the way this overlays, yeah, this edge is not finished. This edge is. So the rear goes in first, and then the front section overlaps it. Our front, we shouldn't have any issues as far as fitment, because the tunnel modification that we made was mostly in the back. Yeah, this is fitting pretty good. Hey man, what's the deal? Come on. Shoo, shoo, skedaddle. It's, I'm okay with how this fits. There's a little bit of a gap underneath here, but I think it's gonna be fine. So we can go ahead and start gluing this in. We're gonna take some chalk and make our center line and our center line and our center line and our center line. And start gluing. To glue this is what I use. This is Wellwood contact adhesive, Landau top and trim. I buy it in 5-gallon pails. You don't have to do that if you're doing that at home. I think you can get these in 1 gallon and 1 liter, or quart for the Americans. And this is just a cheap paint gun. I got this at Canadian Tire. I think I paid like 40 bucks for it. I have had glue in this thing for over 5 years, and I've never once had to take it apart and clean it. It just always works. I keep filling it up. Every now and then I gotta wire wheel the end of that off, but I don't know why. Like a paint gun, you gotta clean out after every use. This one, it's fine. You just keep putting glue, keep spraying. So this is sitting pretty much where I want it. We're right up against the edge there, right up against the edge here. Our seat mounts are pretty good. So we'll take some chalk and make our center lines here. And then probably make a little mark there and there, so we know where to glue and where not to glue. Do that up here too. Not going to worry about these little flaps right now. We'll do those after. So I think we'll glue the center strip first and then work our way out. Okay, let's fold this that way. I usually do the metal, or the Dynamat in this case, Comet, first, because the glue needs a minute to tack up on there, and on the centerpiece, or on the jute, it dries so much faster. Okay, we'll give that a second to do its thing. And make sure our center marks are still centered, which they are not. It's probably pretty good there. All right, our center is done. Now we'll just do one side at a time. That worked out really good. Probably just gonna do the same concept on the front. One thing I forgot to point out was some of the tools I was using aside from glue. We got the anti-glue blocker. You put this and it blocks glue where you don't want to have glue. And we got the roller. And this is just for kind of rolling it out afterwards. So yeah, same thing on the front. This stuff's a little hard to work with over like normally when I make carpet from scratch, I will do the underlay, glue the underlay down to the floor, and then make my carpet and then glue the carpet to the underlay. This stuff comes with the underlay already glued to the carpet, which makes it a little bit awkward to work with and a little bit harder to get perfectly smooth. I've got one wrinkle right here that kind of bugs me, but this side turned out really nice. That's really the only wrinkle in it, and that's in the back seat, so that's for Doris and the baby to worry about. I'll never see it. I don't sit in the back seat. Yeah, the front, we'll just tackle the same way. Start in the middle and work our way out. Our front carpet's all done. We got the dimmer switch in. The only thing that's a little weird on this kit is there's a slot here for the original gas pedal, and we don't have the original gas pedal, so just ignore that. Before we put the seats back in, one thing I'm gonna do, notice something here. So this is Comet, this is jute and carpet. That's pretty dense, but this, way more dense. So these little areas under the seat, especially the back seat, I've got these scrap pieces of jute. So jute and underlay are kind of the same thing. I think jute is technically a brand name. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but yeah, this is a 1/2 inch thick jute underlay. So I'm gonna take some of these scraps and I'm just gonna fill some pieces in here. And that's just gonna make it a little more quiet in here. Interiors, the big thing why I love having cars with nice interiors is the interiors, they drown out all the road noise. You know when you ride in an old car, it's got loud exhaust on it, like this one does, and it's got no carpet in it, like this one had. It's got no door panels, no kick panels. You're going down the highway and you can't hear yourself think. So that's what the interior does, is it takes all that outside noise and just tones it all down. So we'll fill in these little voids, then we can put the seats back in. The last thing before we can put the seat in is we got to punch our holes. So if we go back underneath, we can find where they were, maybe, and then poke up from underneath, find it, and then we'll just stab through with our scissors here. We don't need a monster hole. We just need enough for the stud to go back through. Just like that. We'll do that again up here, and then go and do the other side. Before the front seat goes in, I'm going to put the back seat in, because it is very, very difficult to get this seat to clip into its little springs, or its little, you know how it's got to slide back behind that thing. So now I can sit down and use my feet to kind of push it in place. Okay. Carpet. You doing okay?
Yes.
All right. I should be good from here.
Good for here? Okay.
Thanks, Vanessa. Well, here we are back on the floor again. Bolting the seat in this time. Make sure your light's still out. I didn't actually unhook the battery. I just put a piece of tape over the little door pin. Tape works every time, except for when it doesn't work. Bolt this down and I'll show you guys what it looks like. There we have it. Carpet. Wow. Remember that wrinkle I was worried about? You don't even notice it once the back seat's in. The gray really goes nice with the seafoam and the pearl white, which was what Shannon was going for when she picked this color. Well, we got the carpet all installed. It's a beautiful Saturday late afternoon, so let's go over to, there's a local cruise night. We'll see what's happening over there. Oh, there we have it. Baby seat in the Comet, baby seat in the 47, carpet in the Comet.
Yes.
And then we went for a little cruise. See how the carpet is? It definitely big time toned down the road noise in here. So that's a win. This was a good winning Saturday in the shop.
Yes, it was.
So thanks everybody for watching. As always, make sure to check out the website, lgspeedcustom.com, for some LG Speed and custom merch. Wow, Jim's headlights are really bright. And I lost it. He just like zapped all of my thought process. I don't even know where we are anymore. It's like I just got beamed up by a spaceship. Music in this video, The Get Down from Edmonton, Alberta, Ted the Rock and Roll Mechanic. So go check them out on Bandcamp. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.